G'day, my name is Luke and this is my wife Jen, and here are our two growing boys Liam and Elliot. We've been fishing, boating and exploring the pristine waters of the Fraser coast for about 10 years now. So subscribe and come join the adventure. G'day everybody, Luke Fitzpatrick here. We haven't made a video in quite a while. I apologise for that. There's a range of reasons for it. I won't bore you to tears about what they all are, but we're hoping to get a really good family adventure video done tomorrow. I'm in the prepare stage. Easter long weekend was a washout up in Hervey Bay. We just had torrential rain. Wind has been hanging around, bugging us for what seems like an eternity, but it's finally cleared. And tomorrow looks like it's a goer. So I'm busy packing the boat, getting the rods organised, getting paddleboards, kayaks, everything else that we take out with us. Seems to be more and more stuff every year. I'll take you over to the map so you can see where we're going to go tomorrow. Okay, here we are at our ever faithful map. Okay, we've got, there's my pointer, Hervey Bay down here, Urangan Marina. We're going to shoot across the northern side of Big Woody Island. So we're going to go past this side of Big Woody Island. We're going to head southern side of Pelican Bank over to Moon Point, and then we're going to track past Kungal all the way up past Archcliffe, all the way up to one of our favourite destinations. I think I've got enough in there. I've actually lost track of what I've actually packed, but anyway, you can never have too many rods. Okay, we're getting the cushions and everything organised on the front. Electric motors back on. Camera gear so that we can show you guys everything that's going on. Batteries are charging. So charging all of that. And the motor's oiled up, ready to go. The only thing I've really got to do tomorrow morning, well I'm hoping, is apart from hook it onto the back of the car and pull it out of the shed and drive down the road, is put a bit of fuel in it. I need to put about, I think I've got about 100 litres in at the moment, so I'll put about another 50 litres in just to make sure I've got tons of fuel for the trip. And then we will be ready to rock and roll tomorrow morning. That's a big pot of dolphin. Alright folks, we haven't even made it to Pelican Bank yet when we're stopped for dolphins. That's Pelican Bank just in the background there. We're making our way over to Moon Point and hopefully these guys will pop right up next to us. Alright, go up the front. Oh, don't let go of that rod, whatever you do. It's a big fish. Jen. He's way out there. I'm going to just creep up on him. Wind. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Is he still on? Boat in reverse, quick.
You got leave?
In reverse, nice. Nice, speed up. Straighten the motor. Come on, stop. Just put it in the neutral. Hey, you ready, Liam? We'll be able to.
Just you do it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, really?
Have a go. Oh, it's go again. No, it's on again. It's coming towards us. I'm trying, mate. It's not very deep. Here you go. Got it? Alright, keep the tension on. That's the way. It's only a little baby.
It's alright, still counts.
Slow down now. Keep the tension on. Don't let that tension go, Liam.
So still, yeah.
There it is. Back down. Okay, he's going to come around under the boat. Okay, so just slow down. Just try and bring him up next to the boat and I'll try and tail him. Try to.
Pretty.
He's not very strong. What do I do?
Just try and bring him towards me. It's a bit green still. You're not. Okay. Come towards me. Righto folks, so it's almost 11:30. We got a little bit waylaid on the way here, didn't we dear? Yeah. Because of my fishing addiction. We hooked 3 tuna, 2 really good ones, but we lost them. Don't know why, they just came off, and then we got that smaller mac tuna to the boat. So, and then I very graciously released it next to the boat.
I think we have that on camera.
We do have that on camera.
You also lost a good lure.
I also lost a good lure, yep. But anyway, Wathumba is just up there where all that dirty water line is. So we've had lots and lots of rain. So there's lots of tanniny water coming out of the creek. It's a low tide about midday or just after midday. So I'm not going to go into the creek today. I'm going to come on the outside. And I'm just trying to sneak in the shallows. It's all sand, so there's nothing here that's going to damage your boat if you go high and dry. And I'm just going to try and find a little hole, park us in, and then we'll go for a walk. What's the depth say? 80 centimetres?
0.7.
We're up to 0.8, 0.9, 0.5.
Check out how beautiful this is, folks. So we're parked on the outside of Wathumba Creek. The entrance is just up there. That's T-Bine Spit, which you can find when you book camping permits and stuff. We're going to go walk and find some friends of ours who have been camped in there overnight. Leaving the boat in about, I don't know, 80 centimetres of water, 50 centimetres of water. The tide's going out, that's why we can't get into the creek. How spectacular is the water, dear? Pretty good. A bit hard to take?
It's like a glass.
It is very hard to take. We'll put the drone up so you can have a bit of a look. Definitely bring some sunnies because she's a little glary. Let's go see if we can find them. And they are off. We have seen dingoes here before, haven't we, dear?
We have, yes.
So we got to keep an eye on where the boys venture, especially young Elliot, because he just goes and doesn't really think about where he's going.
Dingo prints.
Righto folks, so it is lunchtime. We just went for a big long walk all the way into Wathumba Creek to catch up with some friends. They're high and dry inside. They overnighted. I think we're just going to have some sandwiches and some fruit for lunch. And we're just touching the bottom now where we are, so, and it is bottom of the tide, so we'll wait for the tide to turn and then we'll make a call. We don't know whether we want to go out and chase a few more tuna, or I know the boys would love to go inside the creek and have a play with their friends, so we'll just sort of make our mind up over lunch, I guess. There's no rush, that's the beauty of it. And that looks like very nice bread, dear.
It is sourdough.
Sourdough bread, awesome. Yeah. So Jen's about to go for a paddle, and these two, they've got the little hand net and they're trying to catch. There's lots and lots of baby whiting and lots of other little fish getting around. So they're on the hunt. Well, you're trying to catch the little zebra ones. You get him? So we've decided we're going to have a crack at going into the creek. The tide has turned, but it is still well out. The boys didn't want to walk and they didn't want to go in the boat, so they're hanging out the back. We're only in 50, 60 centimetres of water, so we'll see how far we can get in, if at all. So we're about halfway in. We are 30 to 40 centimetres of water, just creeping through the shallows. The water is like a really dark red sort of colour, it's amazing. Still going. Seem to have picked up an extra child. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. We didn't do a lot once we got inside the creek, a little bit of swimming and a little bit of playing. But I thought this photo was interesting. Take note of the creek channel and how it winds through the numerous sandbanks. Finished paddleboarding?
I am.
What have you been doing?
Fishing.
Catch anything?
Yep.
What'd you catch?
Little butterbrim.
Ooh, butterbrim. Oh. Okay, you're going to start picking up soon, I think.
So,
Okie dokie. Look at that, he's coming right up to the back of their boat. So we've got a dingo right up the back of the boat. That's where the kids were all playing, actually. So, not sure how well it will show up on the camera, folks, but you can see up ahead you got salt water, fresh water. That fresh water was pushing out before, which was giving the colour to the water in the creek, and then you got the salt as the tide's pushing in. And that salt's now pushing up against the fresh, and it'll eventually push it all the way back up into the creek. And then it will reverse again on next tide change. It's amazing, it's like a dark red colour and then clear salt water. It's pretty spectacular. Righto folks, it's the end of an awesome day. We're just making our way back down to Hervey Bay from Wathumba, and we're taking our time because we've got a bit of a northwesterly breeze kicking in, and I keep getting distracted by these colours in the sand along these cliffs. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it, dear?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. There's an old yacht over here as well. If you come up this way, you'll be able to see. I'm not sure what the story is behind that. I suspect that let go during a flood and that's where it ended up. But the late afternoon sun on these cliff faces is amazing. Now, northwesterly winds. It's one of the things you're really going to have to watch for if you do plan a trip up to Wathumba or Rooney's Point or anywhere up in the northern part of the island. At the moment it's probably blowing 10, gusts to about 15 at most, and it doesn't look too bad, but what you get is this annoying swell coming in at an angle to the beach, and it's just at a really uncomfortable angle when you're trying to head south basically. And it sort of, you spend all day out having a great day and then you don't want to ruin it by basically travelling through slop on the way home. 10 to 15 perfectly manageable. Once it gets up to 20 or anything above that, it really does become uncomfortable. What you really want in your forecast when you're going to Wathumba or Rooney's is an easterly or a southeasterly. 10 to 15 knots is perfectly fine. Anything below that is absolute gold. When we get down to the channels, I'll just show you what it's like down there. Fortunately, the tide is coming in, so we've got wind with tide. We don't have wind against tide. That would be a whole different scenario. I'd suspect wind against tide at the moment, we'd be getting a lot more chop and a lot more slap on the way back. So definitely watch that weather forecast before you plan this trip. The colour in the sand along these cliffs in the late afternoon is absolutely amazing. It's a photographer's dream. Tired? Big day? Big day out in the sun, on the salt. Wrestled a couple of fish, but we didn't wrestle them for very long.
A leaf caught fish, didn't you? On your own?
Yeah, you caught whiting and butterbrip. Yeah, nice. Oh, it always takes out of you though, just being in the sun and the salt. Everybody's going to think, what's going on? You're in different clothes. You've changed. Got all wet, got changed. Alright. Join us next week as we set out to catch dinner, pump some yabbies, discover alien creatures, possibly get stuck on a sandbar, and I may or may not catch dinner. Oh! He squeezed through that hole in the net. You don't look impressed. I think I lost dinner. Anyway.